Hey everybody, Tiny Green here at the Hoop Group. And to all those sports network fans out there, hi to you guys as well. We got a lot to talk about. It's been a big week of basketball. And more importantly, guess what? The toughest tournament in the state of New Jersey begins. There's no doubt in my mind the hardest title to win in girls basketball in New Jersey is the Shore Conference Tournament. I don't have to tell you how many people have won state titles, but if it failed to win that Shore Conference Tournament. We're also going to talk about the seating committee here today. There was a few controversies, nothing big, but a topic we need to talk about, and I'll give you my thoughts on the first round games. So let's start out with the seating committee first. Terrific job by that seating committee, as they do every year. There was a couple of surprises. For me, the biggest surprise was St. Rose being the 4th seed. St. Rose is a great team, great program. They've been ranked nationally. I was really surprised. But that goes to the strength of the Shore Conference, that a nationally ranked team could be the 4th seed in the toughest tournament maybe in the country. Now look, I'm assuming they threw the wall loss out by RBC and then said, hey, RBC beat Manasquan and Manasquan beat St. Rose. Okay, in theory, I get that, but you can't always go by that with common opponents because, look, Manchester lost to Rumson, beat Rumson, but lost to Donovan Catholic. So you really can't go by that. More importantly, I think Dawn Carpel gets a short end of the stick. And here's why. When you have a great season, you should be rewarded. And I don't think that you can just go by records. If I look at RBC and I look at St. Rose, in my heart, I believe St. Rose is better. To ask St. John Vianney if they get to the semifinals after the year that they have to play one of the top teams in the country, boy, that's a tall order. But if there's anybody that can handle it, it's Dawn Capel, because she loves that stuff. Now, Donovan Catholic, I'm sure they're disappointed being the 8th seed. They're on a 17-game winning streak, and they beat the 5th seed, Manchester. Those fans have every right to be texting and emailing me. They're right. But guess what? The beauty of the tournament, it's all played on the floor. So you can do all the talking and all of this. At the end of the day, you got to get on the court, you got to lace your sneakers up, and you got to ball, girls. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, the first early round games start this week. Now keep in mind, these early round games are really more about putting the frosting on the cake. It's a reward for having a great season. Because if you're in the Shore tournament, you had a great season. But now you're trying to do a little more and put a little icing on the cake. What do I mean by that? There are some teams playing these early rounds who, let's be honest, they don't have a chance of winning. But they can sure be spoilers. And everybody likes being a spoiler. So let me look at some of the first round games. Like, for example, Trinity Hall and Toms River East. That's going to be a great game. Now, here's the thing. I haven't seen either one of those teams play. I know their personnel. I know Caitlin Wislinger. I know Bridget Andre. I know the kids at Toms River East. We don't know how that's going to shake out, but here's what I think. I love seniors. I'm going to go with Trinity Hall because I think they have the best senior in that game. Then you got Keyport versus Jackson Memorial. Jackson Memorial's been great all year. I'm running with Jackson Memorial. Then you got Barnegat and Long Branch. Now look, these are two teams who have surprised everybody. Long Branch jumping into the tournament and winning 4 of their last 5 games is amazing. And I'll say it again. Coach Coyle, you're a Coach of the Year candidate. And now look, Barnegat's got Shannon McCoy. I don't care what anybody says. Shannon McCoy can put that team on her back and roll them right into the next round. You got a great game there. I'm going to go with Long Branch over Barnegat. They're playing well. Then finally, you have Howell versus Marlboro. Look, this game comes down to 2 things. One is Jessica Broad playing. Because if she's not playing, it changes the whole dynamics of the game. If she's playing, I'm going with Marlboro. If she's not playing, it's a war. And I can't imagine those Howell seniors just closing up shop this early. So that's my thoughts on that. But now let's get to the games that are really going to be exciting. St. John's will most likely play Trinity Hall by my predictions. We can move on. That's not going to be much of a game. Then we have Donovan Catholic. If playing most likely, in my opinion, Jackson Memorial. That is an absolute war. But guess what? Donovan Catholic might be the hottest team in the state right now. I'm going with Donovan Catholic. Then you got St. Rose versus, most likely, by my prediction, Long Branch. We can move on. That ain't going to be much of a game. Then you have Manchester versus Marlboro. Now, that's the most interesting second round game to me. Now, I want you to listen. I'm saying if Jess Broad plays, this is going to be a battle. And here's why, folks. Manchester has not been the same since Kamari Reynolds was injured. She's come back, but they haven't found their mojo. They played a lot of stiff competition, but guess what? They've been losing. And a real red flag for me was when they played Barnegat in like a 4 or 5 point game. That concerns me. I think if Marlboro's is healthy, they are ripe for the upset. If Jess Broad plays, I'm going with Marlboro. So those are my first and second round predictions. One more thing. This tournament is going to be about stars, folks. I'm telling you that. And this tournament has tons of stars. Any of these stars can carry a team in this event. And I'm going to tell you another thing. This event is about coaching. Because all of these games, after you get past the first round, I'm telling you, they're close games. They come down to a missed free throw, a kid forgetting the box out, a coach on the sideline running a play, and a kid not paying attention and not moving to the right spot in that play. It's going to come down to one team's pressing and the other team's on offense. Well, guess what? Some kid may forget to flash to the middle. Some kid taking the ball out of bounds should be down the court. A lot of things can go wrong, and coaching is going to play a big thing. This is Tiny Green saying the toughest, baddest tournament in the coach and the state is jumping off this week. Good luck to everybody.